What's up, guys? We're back with another video, and today we're going to be going over the first hauls of 2026. We got a lot of really cool stuff to go over in this video, things that I've acquired early this year from the 1st of January all the way until February 7th. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with the La Gloria Cubana Medal d'Or Especial. This is a box from 2023. This is also a numbered box, so I got number 2717 out of 4,000. I really haven't done a ton of research on this. I got one of these sticks a long time ago, and I smoked it and I loved it. This is a 38 ring gauge by 152 millimeters. I had one, I got it in a trade, and it was awesome. So I came across the box and I couldn't pass it up. Another, I believe, Liguito number 2 size, which I'm a huge fan of. Each one of these sticks has this European, I don't know what to call it, price tag on it. So 14.5 euros per cigar. So this is actually a triple band cigar. I really like these. I've had one or two. The first time I had one was about 2 years ago, I think. Got it in a trade and I just thought it was great, but also my favorite size. So I figured, hey, why not grab that? Came available. These wrappers are pretty dark. I don't know if that's typical with this cigar. Hopefully they're a little bit sweeter. I'm not going to be aging these too long, I think. 2023, so we've already got a couple years of age on them, and I'm going to see how they go. I haven't had one yet, but I'm excited for it. Let's see. Great. So that's the first box that I came across. It was a decent deal. You don't see these super often, but again, they're just my favorite size, and La Gloria Cubana is not a bad brand at all. All right, moving on to something I'm really excited about. This is a box, an old box of St. Louis Rey Coronas. This box is from 2003. These Coronas were discontinued in 06, I think. And by the way, this is not a petite Corona. This is just a regular Corona. I think these were discontinued in 06, but you could find them as late as 2010. And I mean, look at that. These look awesome for, 23 years old. It's wild. So this is, the same thing as a petite Corona, just a little bit longer. I don't know how the blend differs. I don't know how the flavors differ, but I'm just super excited to get into these. My favorite brand, 20 years of age. The condition looks awesome. I got a good deal on this, and I mean, I just didn't even hesitate. So, yeah, I'm still astonished that I was able to find a full box of 25 of these. St. Louis Rey has got to be my favorite brand at this point. There's a ton of damage to this box. I tried to peel off. There was some tape keeping this down. The nail that holds the box down is totally evaporated. The wood on the sides of this, there's all these labels. It's insane. It's got the old Cuban authenticity seal here. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, let's just look at that again. These, whoever invents smell-o-vision is going to be a very rich man, because the smell, oh man, it's just, the other video that I did, I smoked a St. Louis Rey Petite Corona. I don't know what year it was, from 2006 or 2003 or something like that. St. Louis Rey Coronas and Petite Coronas, they really remind me of Coca-Cola for some reason. I don't know why, but it's that mixture of spicy herbs and molasses and malt sugar. I'm just so excited to smoke one of these. But I did just smoke recently a St. Louis Rey Petit Corona. So I'll probably wait to do a video on these. Now, oddly enough, I found another box of St. Louis Rey Coronas. This one is going to be older. You can see here, there's no date code on it unless you count the EU 00. All I was told about these, they're from the 90s. I'm not sure, you know, what exact year. These were bought from the London auction, and I think there's an extra in here, Fonseca. So this is a partial box that was sold to me. This cigar is really beat up. Because these are even older than the other Coronas that I have, you know, they don't look insane. I think this is a pre-revolution Florida Cano that my buddy threw in here as well. So we're going to look at the second layer here. I mean, these things are rustic, to put it nicely. There's not a lot of wrinkling on the wrapper, so I think that they were stored, you know, not too badly. I mean, they're just ancient, that's all. So I really want to try one of these and see what's up with it. If we take this one right here, I mean, it looks pretty good for a 90s cigar, okay? Super rustic, but at the same time, really not in bad shape. Some of these look worse than the others, but, you know, my curiosity got the better of me, and I just had to pick this up. There was also a box of El Rey Del Mundo Lonsdales, I believe. But it was a partial box. It was also very old, and I didn't really want to spend that much that it was going for. It was an insane amount of money. But St. Louis Rey Coronas, so I've got a 2003, and I've got a 1990s. I mean, this might be 99, it might be 93, 95, I don't know. If anybody could help me identify the box date, this is what I have to go off of, EU 00 RSE. I'm not sure if they even did the actual year, but very interesting. All right, next up, another discontinued box here, Diplomaticos number 3. This box is from 2001, and I'm really excited about this too. The Diplomaticos number 2, Diplomaticos Regional, the Diplomaticos Grande from Alemania, the Germany Lancero, are awesome. They're just great. If there's ever a graham cracker taste, Diplomaticos is one of them. 2001, I mean, this is crazy. So I've never seen the paper only cut to cover the cigar bands like that. I'm also surprised with how well this is holding up for 25 years old. This box has obviously seen better days, but the cigars themselves really don't look bad at all for that amount of time. One of the things that I'm pointing out about the wrinkles and such is because when a cigar goes through some poor storage conditions of, you know, back and forth, hot and cold, or humidified and dried, what'll happen is that wrapper will expand and shrink over and over again, and you'll see these wrinkles appear. This thing is just super toothy, absolutely toothy, and rustic. So I'm very excited. Again, I think that the Diplomatico number 3 is not a Corona, it's a Petite Corona, which, as you know, is just one of my favorite sizes. And I'm super excited to try these out. I'm a huge fan of the Diplomatico Lancero. I've had a couple Diplomatico number 2s, and I wish they made something other than a, you know, Torpedo or Bellicoso or whatever. because they have great flavors. Diplomatica is really, really a great brand. So I'm super excited that I was able to come across these, and you know, what can I say? Looking forward to smoking it. I'm definitely going to do a video on this. I need to just get away from the Petite Corona size, I think, for 1 or 2 videos. I also need to shoot a pipe video. All right, now the star of the show. This is a Grail find. We have a 2011 La Escepcion Selectos Finos. This is a full box. I mean, what can I say? If you know, you know. This is just insane. Italian, regional, La Escepcion. Wow. These are incredibly hard to find. They're incredibly expensive. You know, there's some lore around these cigars. This is just a collector's dream. It's got to be a Grail. I know some people really nerd out about the Cohibas and, you know, Edition Limitadas, Grand Reservas, but La Escepcion is one of those cigars, and I have the Don Jose as well, which is a Hermoso number 4. I believe this is a Liguido number 2. I've never had one of these. I've had the Hermoso, the Don Jose, and I was just blown away by the flavors. It's up there with, you know, the Edmundo Dantes and stuff like that. Just incredibly good cigar. This was made by, the brand was founded by Jose Jenner, the guy behind Hoyo de Monterrey. These also came in a collector's edition jar of 30, which is also insanely hard to find. It was offered to me, but you know, I like jars, and it would be an awesome thing to have, but at the same time, I would rather just have a box for a sane, you know, a sane offering instead of an insane price, just so I could get the jar. I'm ecstatic about trying some of these. I mean, if anybody, you can go and watch reviews, you can read a little bit about the history here. This is like a Grail of Grail cigars. I don't even know what else to compare it to aside from something like an Edmundo Dantes or, you know, Grand Reservas and stuff like that are in a different category altogether. I would say La Escepcion, I would say, is in a category of its own. The Don Jose is amazing, and I'm sure that this Selectos Finos is not going to disappoint either, and it's just in a size that I adore. Super hard to find these. People that have them know what they're worth. Only 2,000 of these boxes were made. This is box number 629. Sorry, I can't do math. And it's just one of those things that I'm super grateful to have. I didn't think that I would be able to get it so soon, so easily. So, bonus round. Somebody sent me a gift that I'm incredibly grateful for. Thank you. This is a 1999 Hoyo de Monterrey Le Hoyo du Dauphin. Again, a Liguido number 2, because I'm such a fan. 1999. I mean, talk about a toothy wrapper. You can actually see the indentation here from the band. I don't know if you see that little divot. I forgot if there's actually a name for that. So the ribbon that held this together in the cab left a little impression right here. Back in 1999, I don't think these Dauphins came with the band, the cigar band. They just came in a cabinet of 25 or 50. And this is going to be great too. I'll probably do a video on this one as well, absolutely. I don't think I've ever had, maybe I have had a cigar from 1999. thanks to AZ, actually. It was Hoyo de Deputé, Hoyo de Monterey, Le Hoyo du Deputé, another one of my favorite cigars. And it was great. So that's a little bonus on the hauls from 2026 is I got this nice little single. I'm keeping it in my humidor just like that. And, you know, we had quite the haul, the Diplomaticos, the 2 St. Louis Rays, the La Gloria Cubana, and then the insane Grail find of the La Escepcion. So 2026 is off to a good start. I'm going to try and rest these at least 30 days, at most 90 days, at least these old ones. So I make sure that the humidity completely stabilizes across all the cigars, and I'll probably pick out one of the best looking ones. I'm definitely going to do a video on the Diplo Petite Corona. I think discontinued cigars are just so cool, and I wish that they didn't discontinue so many cigars, especially St. Louis Ray, with only one Vitola in regular production now. Definitely going to do a video on La Escepcion. Just need the weather to get a little bit better. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one.